Yes, yes.
Let's push this. Let's do this. Thank you for the day. Let's do this. Thank you for the day. Lord, please all of us, be with us. Lord, please all of us, children, keep us safe from the coronavirus. Lord, please bless us Saturday. Lord, please all of us, be with us. In your name, we नेमत को खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें भरी हैं नेमत को खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें भरी हैं ये मुश्किलों से लो मेरा खुदा बना है आती है आंधियाँ तो करम का खैर मकदम आती है आंधियाँ तो करम का खैर मकदम तूफान से ही तो लगती खुदा ने तुझे कहा है हिम्मत को खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें भरी है हिम्मत को खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें भरी है ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है This evening, we are going to read Mark chapter 1, verse 40 to 42. And there came a leper to him, begging him and kneeling down to him, and saying unto him, If thou canst make me clean. And Jesus, moved with compassion, put forth his hand and touched him, and saved him. As soon as he had spoken, immediately the leprosy departed from him, and he was clean. Kalicha nakunae, nakakalimutan tunay, tumama, hilokal, unat, gasmito.
saya dari itu datang saya hasta hasta karena itu mau berakhir jadi April berikati akhir dari hari Indonesia berat di Cikarang. For rest and food and loving care, and all that makes the world so fair. Help us to do the things we should, to be to others kind and good, in all we do, in word or deed. To love be better day by day, to love be better day by day. Happy Sabbath and good afternoon, church. My name is Gloria today. I stand here to present the Word of God before you. Lord, heal me, I go. I would like to welcome all of you, all children and the church members of Salisbury Park Marathi Church. If we journey through history, you will know the world has been affected by great epidemics. Among the most known is smallpox, which in a period of 100 years, it brought more than 26 million people to grave. Speaking of epidemics, we can't forget about the bubonic plague, also known as the Black Plague, which brought death to some 37 million human beings. Without going too far, in 1918, in a British soldier's camp, emerged the mortal epidemic Spanish flu, which in only 8 months takes the life of more than 25 million people. It could be this epidemics, due to the passing time, are no longer currently known to people. However, at the end of 2019, we heard of the outbreak of a new type of flu that emerged from Chinese city of Wuhan. In a few weeks, all the city was quarantined. As the days and the weeks passed, the weird virus was advancing. China, Korea, Japan, Italy, Spain, in short, the whole world. Such epidemic was named COVID-19. According to the reports, more than 84 million people had infected with the virus. And more than that, 1.8 million people died around the world. Although all these epidemics has caused a turmoil, there is an epidemic more mortal than smallpox, with the Black Plague, and including COVID-19. In today's message, we will talk about that illness. The Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke tell the story of certain leper that approached Jesus in the search of healing. The evangelist Mark relates the story in the following manner. A man with leprosy came to him and begged him on his knees, "If you are willing, you can make me clean." Jesus was indignant. He reached out his hand and touched the man, and feeling, he disgusting illness that turned the person who contracted it unclean and for which there was no cure. In the time of Jesus, leprosy was the worst illness. It was known as the scourge or finger of God. And it was greatly feared, not for only the fact it was incurable, but also for the marks that remained on the people who suffered from it. Leper was considered totally disabled physically and spiritually. He had to stay 6 feet away from the people, including his family members. The lepers were like the living dead. They had to use a black robe to be recognized as someone among the dead. They were expelled from the society. They could not live inside walls of any city. Their dwelling had to be outside of them. They were considered excluded from divine favor. Leprosy was considered a punishment that God sent to certain people due to their sins. Dear friends, Dear friends, can you imagine the anguish and the pain of a leper being totally separated from friends, family, and society? Imagine the emotional and the mental pain that must have taken toll on those lepers. Living with an illness that was supposed to be punishment from God sent to a worse sinners. But allow me to specify the following. Even though leprosy was a terrible illness, this is not the worst illness of all. There is a sickness that is much more dangerous, of which leprosy is only a symbol. The Christian writer Ellen White, in her book of Desire of Ages, page 266, speaks to us about sin as the most mortal of all the maladies. The work of Christ in cleansing the leper from this terrible disease is an illustration of his work in cleansing the soul from sin. It's the deadly poison making his whole body. Disciples sought to prevent their master from touching him. For he who touched the leper became himself unclean. But in laying his hand upon the leper, Jesus received no deferment. His touch imparted life-giving power. Leprosy was clean. Thus, it is with the leprosy of sin. Leprosy of sin, deep-rooted, deadly, and impossible to be cleansed by human power. The leprosy is a perfect symbol of sin. That is the most mortal and destructive of all the maladies. Preacher Derek Lowry makes a magnificent comparison between leprosy and sin. According to the preacher, leprosy initiates in an imperceptible manner. Sin also begins in the same way. Eve never imagined that simple conversation with the serpent would open the doors for evil to his plan. David didn't think that a glance at a woman or a soldier would bring as a result so many troubles to family. Leprosy is inherited. It could be an evil transmitted from generation to generation. As human beings, we all are born sinners. We inherit sin from our first parents. Therefore, we are not sinners because we sin, but that we sin because we are sinners. Leprosy expands in a rapid manner. In the same way, sin grows and expands in a rapid manner in our hearts. Lastly, leprosy is highly infectious. Sin, as well as leprosy, affects everything. The consequence of sin is not only suffered by one who sins, but also those who are around him. What most stands out from encounter between Jesus and the leper is not the desperate condition in which this man was in, nor turmoil that the illness had done to his body. Instead, wonderful miracle of which he was the object of. Jesus declared the man was indignant. He reached out his hand and touched the man, and feeling, he said, "Be clean." Immediately, the leprosy left him, and he was cleansed. We can see this in Mark chapter 1, verse 41 to 42. For her part, Ellen White says that immediately a change passed over the leper. His flesh became healthy, his nerves sensitive, his muscles firm, the rough, scaly surface peculiar to leprosy disappeared, and soft and firm, like upon the skin of healthy child, took its place. Jesus gave this man his physical health as well as spiritual health. Allow me to tell that I discovered when I was studying for this sermon. In the healing of other illness carried out by Jesus, the writers of gospel almost always used Greek word "yami" that means to heal. But in the miracle of leper's healing, a distinct Greek word is used. Do you know which one? It's the Greek word "katalyzo" that can be translated as to clean or to purify. The word is used in New Testament to refer to not only physical purity and cleansing, but to religious and moral in the sense of pure, free of stain and guilt. In summary, when Jesus healed the leper, he gave him all the privileges of a healthy man. He was restored not only socially but also religiously. Yet, young people, if anything is clear in this miracle, it's the Word of God is the antidote to leprosy of sin. Some believe that what brought healing to the leper was touch of Jesus. But the evangelists make it clear that what gave healing to the leper was the word of Jesus. Through touch, Jesus just expressed grace that he felt towards the leper as it's presented in the Bible text. But that was his word that resulted in the miracle of healing. My dear friends, the Word of God has power to bring healing to our lives. The Word of God generates life, creates faith, produces change, scares the devil, realizes miracles, heals wounds, edifies character, transforms circumstances, imparts happiness, surpasses adversity, defeats temptation, inspires hope, liberates power, cleans our mind, brings things to existence, and guarantees our future. What happened to the leper after he was healed? He began to say what Jesus had done to his life. Instead, he went out and began to talk freely, spreading the news. As a result, Jesus was no, Jesus could no longer enter the city or the town free. He stayed outside in lonely places. Yet the people came to him from everywhere. Praise be the name of God. He who was healed from leprosy became a missionary wherever he went, repeating one time and again that Jesus had with him. His happiness was such that he could not remain silent. So conclusion is when we experience the healing power of Jesus, we cannot remain silent. Sin is the most lethal epidemic, but the Word of God is antidote to sin. When someone is healed from spiritual leprosy, he will let others know about the wonder of God. But there is something more. You and I are also called to demonstrate the grace and love to those who are spiritual lepers. was born in 1840. One day, that he heard there were hundreds of lepers in a beautiful island, Hawaiian Islands. All were hungry, wore rags, and were abandoned by the society. The church leader told him, "We should send someone to bring them the hope of Christ." Charles Darwin offered himself as a missionary. When he arrived to the land of Molokai and saw the situations of the lepers with their face and hands and feet disfigured, he could not bear the sight and looked the other way. Went to live in a little sand by himself, where he prepared his own food, washed his clothes, and carried out the rest of his clothes. It disgusted him to see that, let's say, monstrous condition of lepers and additionally didn't want to get infected. That's why he prohibited them from getting close to his sack. He would go to the chapel, preached, and returned to it. One day, Chose realized that his words did not provide any effect that was enough to just to preach. He understood that the love of Christ should be demonstrated itself with the action, not only with the words. Then he decided himself to mix with the lepers. He helped them construct their own sacks, to dig wells so that they would have water in abundance. He provided clothes and food and washed and bandaged their wounds. Truly, Joseph became one of them, but as a result, Joseph then died as leper. However, before his death, he had the joy to see all the people in that place had accepted Jesus. When we experience the healing miracle of Word of God, we will also say as the ex-slaver, "Lord, I will go." Thank you.
Dear Miss Anand, Zoom meeting were 8 specials of my life.
अनम्यूट करा. एक मिनिट हा. माइक चेक करा. ओके. स्टार्ट. स्टार्ट.
When upon life billows you are tempestuous, when you are discouraged thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, give them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings.
Thank you very much.
Doctor has Master, Teacher Association Facility, Doctor H.A. Secretary, Puna, Office, Teacher Community College, Mami, Prabhuji Pratna, they are just so that तुझे नाव पवित्र मानले जा तुझे राज्य जसे स्वर्गात तसेच पृथ्वीवरही तुझे विषयाप्रमाणे हो आमची जशी भाकर असते आणि जसे आमच्या तसेच आमचे गुन्हा सोड आम्ही आमचे शिकवतो तर आम्हाला स्वर्गापासून सोड कारण की राज्य सन्मान आणि प्रभू ही सर्व मला तुझी
सर्वसमर्थ देव जो बाप याची प्रीती प्रवेश ख्रिस्ताची कृपा पवित्र आत्म्याची सहभागिता मंडळीतील प्रत्येक सभासद विशेष करून मंडळीतील प्रत्येक लहान लेकरांच्या सोबत एक पुढे सरकारसाठी असो आमेन. मी ज्या लेकरांनी आज ग्लोबल चिल्ड्रन्स डे मध्ये भाग घेतलेला आहे मी सर्वांचे आभार मानत आहे. खूप सुंदर रीतीने तुम्ही आपापले जबाबदारी या ठिकाणी पार पाडलेली आहे म्हणून मी आभार मानतो. आणि जो संदेश आम्ही वाचून दाखवण्यात आलेला आहे गुरुयाकडून तो आमच्या विकॉपरेटचाच भाग आहे परंतु त्यामधून देखील लेकरांना सुंदर असा बोध मिळालेला आहे मी आशा करत आहे. जे ऑनलाईन आहेत त्यांच्याबद्दल मी आभार मानत आहे. आपण आपल्या लेकरांसाठी प्रार्थना करूया अशा प्रकारे त्यांना प्रोत्साहित करूया. कोरोनामुळे आम्ही कोणालाही या ठिकाणी बोलावलं नाही फक्त आमचीच लेकरं या ठिकाणी आहेत. ही रिस्क आम्ही आमच्या लेकरांसाठी घेतलेली आहे आणि आज एक थोडक्यात होत नाही तुमचा ग्लोबल चिल्ड्रन्स डे त्यांनी साजरा केलेला आहे म्हणून मी त्यांच्या प्रिय आईवडिलांचं कौतुक करतो आणि त्यांचे आभार देखील मानतो. आणि तुम्ही सर्वजण या ठिकाणी त्यांना प्रोत्साहन देण्यासाठी उपस्थित आहात तुमचेही मी आभार मानतो. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच. आपण एक लेकरांसोबत आपण जे उपस्थित आहोत फोटो घेऊया आणि मग आपण तू ये ना तू कुठे गेली तिकडे मी काढतो फोटो.